All right, welcome into the Cat Cast. We are back today for episode 5, rocking in with another great show. And we're going to see what we can do today. Actually, going to do some topics. We're going to talk again. And this time, we're going to start getting a little interesting. I want to shake it up a little bit and actually go and do some tough topics. It's going to be fun, though. You're going to get to really start to understand the cat and hopefully get entertained in the same time. But I've been enjoying doing these, and I don't want to hold back. I want to stay energized and keep firing them out. And so today I had things on my mind, and I thought we might as well dive into the fun stuff and see what we can do, Why not? It's a podcast for a reason, right? And I like to talk about the tough things or things that interest me, and I'm just going to give it a try and see how it goes. So, of course, we got to go to the Jimmie Kimmel ABC thing, because that's my favorite thing to talk about right now. And Jimmie's coming back online, and I think that's fine. Happy he can come back. They're working out whatever they're going to work out, and I'm happy he's back. I really never thought it was a free speech thing. I always thought it was a business decision, but some people thought it was a freedom of speech. So we're going to play off of that now a little bit, but the important thing is he's coming back. Now, as far as I know, Nexstar and Sinclair are still not going to air his show in their markets. That's what I've heard so far, so I don't know if that matters. See, the real reason Disney had to do this ABC is because there's all kinds of people on the left that are unhappy with his suspension, 400 some actors and stuff. And I'm like, if you're so upset, why weren't you watching his show? That's where I'm kind of watch his show, and if you would have never had any issues, this probably would have just blew over. But because like I said, if you're making a lot of money for the company and your show's getting big numbers, you can get away with a lot more than you would normally get away with. So I'm just wondering, 400 people to me is not that many. They're not Tom Hanks, and they listed off all these people, but I'm like, it's 400 people. That's not really that many people. I don't care how big of stars they are. What if they just want to start writing checks to Disney or ABC and just pay them money for nothing, and then they can keep his show on the air? I bet. I mean, if you started offering up millions of dollars, they'll be like, okay, we'll put him back on. Yeah. But I don't think it's all about money. It's just about signing some letter, putting your name on it. That means a whole lot, I don't know. It's 400 people. It'd be different if it was millions. 400 people, so what? I'm not enthused that they're stars. I'm big whoop. That's all I gotta say. I don't really care. But I'm fine with him coming back, and I'm fine with Sinclair and Nexstar not airing them. And I'm very interested to see how that plays out. And I'm definitely going to be watching to see how it plays out. I'm actually thinking about watching the show tonight and see if he apologizes or what he does. I'm interested to know. So I might watch tonight. And like a lot of people said, if he just apologized and made up and I said bad stuff, that would be the best thing he could do. But I don't see Jimmie doing that. I don't know him personally, though. I'm just going by what I'm hearing, and I don't have any close ties, so I don't really. I have no idea what's going to happen. It's just, my perspective or my intuition of the person. I mean, he didn't want to apologize in the first place, so I don't see him wanting to do it now. But we will find out. Anyways, the Jimmie Kimmel thing came about, and they did not like the freedom of speech, the censorship part of it. So I heard today that California is making a law to do censorship by the government, for things that you do on Facebook or everything. If it violates some whatever they decide, $1 million fine, $500,000 fines, I'm like, well, who makes these decisions? Anyways, I'm like, I thought you guys were worried about freedom of speech, and now you're all like, censor by the government. You were just against the government censoring it, and now you're like, we want to censor. I'm lost again with this stuff. I'm like, what? You can't make this up. Just the other day, they're upset about Jimmy Kimmel, and they're saying this is a freedom of speech thing. It's being done by the government. Then, California Today says, hey, we want to censor you, and of course, we are the government. That's okay. That's good. That's not an oxymoron. That's not crazy. I don't know. I'm lost right now on that one. I couldn't believe it when I'm like, this is flip-flop city here. Whatever the narrative we want, we'll flip it. So this was freedom of speech, and now this other one, this is about protecting people. But it could also be trampling on people's freedom of speech, right? No. This is not censorship. This is punishing bad people. Hey, but who gets to decide who the bad people are? We do. Well, you guys could be the bad people, though. We're not the bad people. We're the good people. That's what they're saying, though. You can't trust these people. That means whoever's in power will be able to use it against you. Is that a good idea? Definitely not good idea. Very, very bad idea. I mean, this is what they were just talking about with Jimmy Kimmel. But instantly, they switch it on us. And they're like, yeah, we need to censor. It's blowing my mind out. I'm video recording this one because one of my good friends told me you should video it too. And because maybe we could put it on some other platforms. I thought, no one wants to really see my ugly mug, but maybe they want to see my hand gesticulations or my facial expressions. So we're trying it. Now I can't really see what's going on. I just set that sucker up there. Could be cropping my head out. Could be not even any good. But I thought, why not try it, I did do a run where I put the camera there and then looked at it, and I realized I needed to tilt it up a little bit. So hopefully I've got that squared away. I got the camera off to the side, so the mic's like not in the face. Not in my face, but you still see me. And you see my hand gesticulations, I hope. Or this never even gets put up, and I have it just for nothing because it doesn't work out. But I thought I'll mention it on the podcast, because then if we do it, people will be like, well, I want to see it, which it could be good. I would love it if my cat or something jumps up here and that gets in, but it probably won't happen because I just tried it, and it's probably not going to happen. But I've had the cats be up here before, and it would be interesting. I would make sure to tilt it so you can see them. Probably what I would do. Like, oh, you gotta see the kitty. Do you want to see my kitty? Okay. Keep it good. All right, we got another subject to go to. I don't know about the PSAs. I think it just kind of interrupts my show, and I don't know if I need to do them. I think I'd rather just keep talking and just split my segments up. However, I could do. I don't know. I just wanna keep talking. I think. I don't really think the PSAs are necessary. I did a couple of them. I kind of like the breakup thing, but I need something else to put in there, and I don't know what to put right now. So I just want to move from segment to segment. So we talked about the ABC thing. Lots of people were mad about what Disney did. I mean, I don't know about how many. 400 actors were mad. I don't know how many other people. They were making it up like there's all kinds of people canceling their subscriptions to Disney Plus, and I'm like, his show's not even on Disney Plus, so what are you doing? I guess they're just trying to make a point that they're mad at them, but I don't know if that makes a real good point or not. Say you're never going to go to Disney World again. That's where people drop a lot of money. Say you're never going to go on a Disney cruise. That might hurt them more than just canceling Disney Plus. I don't think they make tons of money. I mean, it's like a little bit of money. I mean, it adds up. But one person canceling a subscription, to TV service is nothing compared to people not going to their park where you drop $1,000 in a day like nothing. Yeah. Oh, you canceled your TV subscription? Ooh, that was bad, man. Yo, what do you pay for us? Like $16 a month? Yeah, we can handle that. Just keep coming to our parks, man. That's where we make the big cha-ching, cha-ching. And stay at our hotels, cha-ching, cha-ching. All that stuff is where the money rolls in, baby. We make money off our movies. But our streaming services, I don't know how they make any money on it. I think it's a lost leader. All these have come up with their own things, but without advertising, how do you make money? Subscriptions don't really make money. It's usually the advertising that makes the money. At least that's what I've found. But what do I know? Right? I mean, we only have advertising everywhere. I mean, all over the place. I hate the naming rights on the stadiums because they change every few years, and you don't even know where they're at anymore. It used to be the Mercedes Superdome down in New Orleans. Now it's the Mercedes Atlanta Stadium, and then the one down there is Caesars Superdome. No, I can't keep track of this stuff. I get it's so annoying too. Do you get a Mercedes because it was the New Orleans one? You're like, ooh, I'm going to get a Mercedes. And then all of a sudden they moved to Atlanta. They'd rather sponsor Atlanta. Do you then sell your Mercedes? Oh, man, I don't want a Mercedes now. I want to go to Caesar's Palace. Think about it, though. I mean, I don't get this. So my friend said, well, it's a write-off. And I'm like, so they just write it off? Yep, they write it off. And what's that mean exactly? It means they don't have to pay for it. They don't pay for it. Well, they pay for it, but they're not taxed on it. They're not taxed on it? I don't even understand this. I was like, how can you not be taxed on it? Maybe that government doesn't know about that, because I'm like, they like to tax you on everything. How can you not be taxed on that? I think we should tax them on those naming rights. Yeah, a lot, too. Because, I think it's worthless. So, if they're willing to pay for it and think that it actually makes you get that product, we should make them pay a lot for it, I think, right? Come on, government. Why don't you just pick on the smokers? Let's pick on these people. Why are they getting to write off these naming rights? Does anybody else get tired about that? I'm off onto a tangent now. That will happen when I do these riffs. But you see you come back to the sports show brought to you by Amazon. I'm like, okay. Anybody not know about Amazon? I thought everybody knew about it, but I guess there are people that don't know about it. So sometimes just having it say brought to you by Amazon is important. I don't know. I don't think it matters at all to see their name up there. I'm like, who's going to forget about Amazon? Are we just getting ripped off? Are we just paying more for our Amazon stuff because of this advertising? I think we are. It's like, who doesn't know about Amazon? One time I said, why we got to do the Coke? Well, you know about Coke, but there are people that don't know about Coke. Coca-Cola? Yeah. Who? Who doesn't know about Coke? Are you kidding me? Babies? Are you talking about babies? Or senile people? People with Alzheimer's? What are you talking about? Who doesn't know about Coke? Coke is everywhere. I went to Panama, and they had Coke. They didn't know what Pepsi was. They knew what Coke was. We have Coke. No root beer, but they had Coke. Coke is everywhere. Coke is like #1 pop. It's even the second pop is Diet Coke, and then Pepsi comes in at third. Everybody knows about Coke, but they still put the commercials out. What for? Are they just lining people's pockets? Is it all a scam? I don't think you need it. Now, the drug companies. The drug companies are bad because they were having that discussion with oh, I hate it when I get lost. Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders says, well, we've all gotten money from the drug companies. Are we all in on the take? And I was like, oh man, he just let it go. My mind just went bang, whoa. Yeah, they're all on the take. Not to be bought off, but they're basically getting that money from these drug companies because the drug companies have a bunch of extra money because of the policies they push, like with the vaccines, where they force you to get the vaccines. So what Bernie was saying was, we need that money for our campaigns. That's how we campaign, with that money they give us. If we start making the drug people have less money, what's the first thing they're going to cut back on? Probably donating to campaigns, right? Yeah. Bam. So they're all in on it, yeah. It's all about, now they're not honestly in on it. They're not saying, oh yeah, colluding together. But he knows the game. This is how they force you to take the medicine. You have to pay for medicine. And then they make all the money, and they make extra money that they give these people to run for office. Oh, I know. I just expanded your mind, right? And you never knew I was going to go here because it's not even in my notes. I got my notes here, and we've drifted off from my notes all over the place right now. But that's what makes the cat so interesting. And it all came from advertising. Because again, all those drug commercials you see are just to get people to annoy their doctors to make them give you that drug. But every time I've tried to get a drug from my doctor, they'd be like, you want that drug? I would say, yeah, I've heard about it. I don't want to give you that one then. We're going to give you this other drug. Well, why don't you? I just don't want to. I think this other one will work better for you. Why? Yeah, 'cause you came in asking for that drug, so that makes me think you want it to get high. So I'd rather give you some other drug that I think you don't want, and then, 'cause then you won't want to take it to get high. That's not why I came in to get the drug. I know, but this is how we do things now. If somebody thinks they need a drug, we never give them that drug ever. Yep. If you wanted to get that drug, you should have came in asking for a different drug, and then I would have said, oh, you want that drug? No, I'll give you this drug, and then you would have figured out, oh, gotcha, get the drug you wanted. They never give you the drug when you come in wanting a drug. They'll be, no, you want that drug? Why you want that drug? I've seen it on TV. No, don't go with that. Why do they run these commercials then? Do the drug companies? I don't get it. Is it to just, I have no idea. Hey, yeah, go in, tell your doctor you want this drug. Every time I go in and do that, they say you don't get that drug. Every time. Every freaking time. So, yeah, I don't see how it works. Also, the commercials with all the side effects, I mean, some of the side effects, I'm like, they're worse than the condition. I got a little rash. Oh, take this, it'll get rid of that rash. But you might have dry mouth, anal leakage, you could possibly die, you might have uncontrollable movements for the rest of your life, you could go blind, you could go impotent, you could... I can't get past that. There's no way I want to take it then. And the side effects, I just learned this. The side effects, if you look them up, they say this is what happens when you're being poisoned. I'm being poisoned by this drug. That's why I have these side effects. Yeah. Well, I pointed to my hand like I had paper, but I forgot this is on video. Now you'll know I'm like using my hand and stuff like a prop. Unless it crops it out, maybe you can't see it. And now nobody would have even known if I didn't bring it up because you're all listening to me probably. Nobody's going to ever see this video. Or maybe it will go viral. And it could be really cool. Look at this guy named Cat. He's off in a tangent. He's a weirdo. Don't worry, I know I'm weird. It's okay. All right, where were we? Oh, the awful drug Side effects, yeah. How about the one to do the colonoscopy, and it says false positive or negatives can result. False positive and negative? What good is the test then? Like, I could understand if you get a false on one of them. You'd be like, well, if you get a positive, it might be false, so you got to get another check. But you can rely on the negative, or the opposite. If you get a negative, that could be wrong. But if you get a positive, you can rely on it. But when both of them don't work, I'm like, what good is the test then? No matter what. Oh, I should take it again, you're saying? For real, without that test. Why would anybody want to do that? I don't know. Well, do you really want the camera up your butt? No. But I don't want to take a test and then get false, say, oh, you're good, and then think I'm good, and then later I'm no good. I'm like, why would you even come up with a test like that? I could understand if one of them was false. I can't understand when they're both false. To me, that seems crazy. Maybe it's just me though. Why would you ever take the test? It's unreliable for anything. And man, do I hate that commercial. They came up with a box and they put like a face on it. Yeah, I don't know how they come up with these commercials. Do they actually sell the products? I mean, besides food commercials, nothing sells cat on anything. I've never bought insurance because of a commercial, or a car because of a commercial, or a drug because of a commercial. But food, yes, because I could see the sandwich or the whatever it is, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. I think I'll try that. I want to try that. But those are about the only advertisements that work on cat. I think you can't play Jedi mind tricks on the cat. I just see their commercials and I just like, yeah, whatever. And usually the commercials are so lame that even if I was going to try the product, after I see their commercial, I'm like, now I don't want to eat it. I'm like, ugh. Some person approved that commercial and said that was going to be good. And I'm like, how does that person keep their job when it's the dumbest commercial you've ever seen? Hey, we got an idea. What is it? We're going to sell crackers. Okay, how are you going to sell them? We're going to have a guy on the top of a hill, a snow hill, and his clothes are going to come off. He's wearing a Speedo, and he's eating the Cheez-Its as he's going. What do you think? Is it a good-looking guy? He has hair, but he's chunky. He's kind of chunky. This is the best you got? Yeah. What do you think? I don't know. What's it got to do with crackers? Nothing. Well, what is the point then? He's eating them like real quick, in a row, down a hill, Is it funny? Yeah, it's funny. It's catchy. It'll make you want to get crackers. Really? Huh. I guess I don't get this stuff anymore, but you guys are the guys that make this stuff, so if you say it's good, I guess we'll do it, man. How much does it cost to make this? 10,000? Okay, go ahead and do it. Probably way more than 10,000. That's... Yeah, I get wheat thins now. Yeah, I couldn't do the Cheez-It after that. I said I'm going with wheat thins. I don't care how good your product is. You make something stupid like that, and I got trouble going along with it. The best commercials were the PC Mac commercials. Remember they had PC guy and Mac guy. And Mac guy was in a sweater, and he was all cool and casual, and PC guy's in a suit. And he was always like, they just made fun of how Mac was better than PC. And I can remember loving it because they didn't kill you with the commercial. They would have one, and then you'd see it maybe 2 times, and then they'd have another one ready to go in a week, and then they had another one, and I was like, that's great. They don't just bombard you with the most annoying stuff, you know. They don't just at you, and the stuff was intriguing. I remember the one about Microsoft security, and you had to authorize everything. Do you approve this? Do you? And you had to keep putting yes, accept. And Max like, that's not annoying, is it? No, not at all. And then it said, accept that do you wish to accept that this is annoying? Accept. I would go looking for the commercials online. And I watched like 20 one time in a row with a friend of mine because it was so good. They don't make commercials like that anymore that are going to make you just watch the whole commercial, you know? Like, because they're annoying and they're stupid. Half the time you don't know what the commercial's even for, you know? I hate it. I'll watch the whole commercial. At the very end, they'll show the logo for a second. Like, oh, what the heck was it for? I thought they were selling jeans. What were they selling? A handkerchief. I thought it was jeans. It happens, though. I'm serious, man. This happens. I have other topics I wanted to get to, and now there's no way I can get to them because the one's going to take a while. But it's kind of a dicey topic, so maybe we should keep it for tomorrow for episode 6, you know? Dicey. Yeah. We'll keep it for tomorrow. We'll dice it up. You're going to love it. Okay? But we got 2 other little tiny topics we'll hit real quick here, since I was on that big tangent about commercials and everything. All right, so our tiny ones are the Escalator today at the United Nations. As soon as First Lady Melania stepped on and Trump stepped on, it stopped. The escalator. And you can see Melania, like, what the heck? And she turns back, looks at Trump, like President Trump, like, what the heck's going on? And then she just looks back forward and just starts walking up the stairs. I'm like, no, they're going to shut the escalator off. We're not. It's not going to stop us from getting there. A Democrat. Oh, I don't want to say Democrat. Somebody else would be like, I don't want to go now. I just won't go. Yep, if this escalator won't work, I am not going to get there. Not us, though. We go. We're up there, right? Oh, it doesn't work. Well, it's not like an elevator. Escalator doesn't work. You just walk up it. No problem. Great thing about the escalator. They also had a teleprompter issue. And again, I'm like, don't they get enough money? The hell? Why they got this stuff breaking down? But it's pretty coincidental about the escalator stopping just when they get on. I mean, that's like unbelievable. I'm telling you, there's something up there. Keep an eye out on that. We at the Cat Cast are into that. We're going to bring you the story as soon as we know what happened with that escalator. Because right now, it's like, no one knows. I don't know. Oh, somebody ran ahead from Trump's team, and he somehow deactivated it. That's what some stupid person already said. What? How do you do that exactly? Why would he do that? Are you saying it was a big heavy person and the weight deactivated? I mean, it's what a coincidence that it just happened as soon as they stepped on. Like, bam, it stops. Very strange. And Melania, she didn't think it was just coincidental. That turn said it all to me. She's like, the F is this crap? Melania knew right off the bat that there was some shady stuff going on. She's smart. Yeah, what the heck is this? Escalator. Never in my life have I had an escalator just stop. Never. Maybe at the airport. Not the United Nations. This is weird crap, like I said. Weird crap. Yeah. It's messed up. Anyways, all right, we'll stay on that. All right, I'm running out of time here. I had no time to even do PSAs because I talk too much. Holy crap. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is Ryan Routh. He was convicted today of trying to assassinate the president. His whole argument was he's a nice guy and that his gun could not have reached the president, even though we know that if he would have waited for the president to get closer to the green, it would have worked. But like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a nice guy or not. His defense did not make any sense. But we'll talk about that later. What I want to get to is when they read the decision, he tried to stab himself in the neck with his pen. I'm not kidding. He tried to take his pen and go, like that. And they had to grab him and stop him, and from doing that. Luckily, they were there to do that. Of course, there's no cameras, but they have drawings of it now to show that two people had to restrain him and stop him from doing that. So I do think he may be crazy. They definitely got to put him on suicide watch. And it's really sad. But yeah, when I thought all along, I was like, he ain't right in the head. But when he tries to stab himself in the neck with a pen, I'm like, okay, he's either really crazy or he's trying to make you think he's crazy so that he'll be put in the loony bin. But I don't think he's that smart, so I think he really is crazy. All right, but you guys can have your own opinion on it, and that'll be you can write in if you want on it. All right, this has been a tangent of a show, but it's been a good one. I've been chapa-chan the whole way through and loving it, and I did the video thing too. So if we put that up, I think the animation of it is going to be very entertaining. And so we'll try to work on getting that up, and you'll be able to check out the video as well. If it looks good, people like it, we might continue to do something. So sad that the cats didn't pop up here for you to see them, because I definitely would show them if that happens, but it did not, so unfortunately for this time. I gotta wrap it up. I'm over time. We're not going to do anything else today. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys hanging out with the cat, listening to what I have to say. Hope you enjoyed the pontification, and we'll do this again tomorrow. All right? Cat Kinnison out. Cha-cha.